trivia, where they throw snowballs at Santa Claus.
Hey! Hey!
Don't they? I mean, that is what I'm saying about it is, it's a tough town, man. That's a tough town. To be number one, as long as Preston and Steve have been number one in Philly, it's amazing. They do it with the help of Casey, Kathy, Nick, and Marissa. Take a look at the video screens for these people now above, and you will see the story of Preston Elliott and Steve Morrison.
Preston Elliott and Steve Morrison. Preston and Steve have delighted Philadelphia listeners for over 25 years. From Long Island to Philly in the 90s and on WMMR FM since 2005. This show has received one Best Morning Show acclaim after another from listeners, media, and industry organizations. Preston and Steve had an amazing run starting in 2009, achieving the #1 adult 25 to 54 rank an incredible 42 times. Preston and Steve have given back to the community through their Camp Out for Hunger program that has donated hundreds of tons of food to feed the hungry across the Delaware Valley. As well, their I Bleed for Preston and Steve blood drive, in conjunction with the American Red Cross, has donated thousands of units of blood.
MMR invests in personality radio. The Preston and Steve Show, #1 2554, 43 times in the 4 years of BPM measurement. A 6-person cast, deeply personal and highly interactive. The Preston and Steve Show connects their audience to the musicians, movie and sports stars, and local celebrities who are always part of the conversation.
Still going strong in a #1 position. Preston and Steve are now 2021 Radio Hall of Fame inductees.
Woo! Come on up! Is that how we do it? The video finishes. Come on up, Preston and Steve. Come on up! Oh wait, Kimberly, hold on. Hey Bob, can I have a little more monitor if I could? Up here, thank you. Kimberly's gonna hold it. They said that I have to hand the awards to you guys, and I don't want to drop your award. Kimberly, if you drop it, it's all you, baby. Preston and Steve, everybody, there they are.
Where do we do this? Do we go like this? I don't know. All right, we have no idea what we're doing. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. You know, I was so excited when we got the word that we were going to be at this event tonight because I knew for once I was going to an event where people were going to be on stage and knew how to use proper microphone technique. It's a nightmare when you're an announcer and you stand out there and you hear people who don't know how to speak into the mic. But listen, we have so much fun in this business. If you love radio, please make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't imagine doing anything else.
The absolute best.
Absolutely. So, even though we usually crack the mic and go for about an hour at a time, we're going to keep it pretty short for you so we don't drag this on too much. But I want to thank the committee members of the Radio Hall of Fame for this amazing honor. It's nothing we ever expected. I mean, we go in, we have a good time, we do our thing in the studio, and that's pretty much the extent of it. And anything that's on top of that is icing, so we really appreciate that. Most importantly, I want to thank the man right over here, Mr. Steve Morrison. We, oddly enough, we met on the radio. It's a really strange story. We both worked at a radio station called WDRE, only I hadn't met Steve. I was doing afternoons. I moved there from St. Louis, Missouri to Philadelphia. And I was on the air for about a month doing afternoon drive. Steve was doing an appearance. Steve was a production guy, and the spots that he did were so freaking funny that the client actually wanted him to come down to do appearances at the event. So Steve would do Fridays. I would check in with him on the air. We never met face to face till a month after that. And so we met on the radio. And bottom line is our relationship is just, you know, Steve makes me laugh and I egg him on.
That's my job. I make Preston laugh.
We also are going to thank a lot of the same people. We absolutely want to thank our morning show family who are here with us tonight, and we couldn't do it. It is an ensemble cast, without question. The best producer in radio, Casey Foster, is here with us tonight. He's been with us since day one. He's like a brother to me. I love you, man. The rest of our cast is just absolutely amazing, and I love them dearly. Kathy Romano, Nick McElwain, Marissa Magnotta, incredible people to work with. We definitely want to thank, and like I said, we're going to thank the same people. I got to thank
The exact same people.
we got to thank Glenn Goldstein, our agent, who's been there with us for 20 some odd years, and making sure we get paid properly. God bless you for that, Glenn. We want to thank, actually, as well, the original program director that put this team together, Jim McGuinn, who we worked with at WPLY Y100. He assembled the team and made this whole thing come together. We also have to thank our current program director, Mr. Bill Weston, who's here with us tonight. Bill, there's no dump button up here, so you're still going to have to put up with our shit all the time, okay? We also want to thank our Beasley family, absolutely. Caroline Beasley, Bruce Beasley, Justin Chase, Heidi Raphael. Nothing but incredibly supportive throughout the years. We've worked for a number of companies, worked for a number of people.
Yes.
And we've never had the kind of support like we do with the Beasley family, so thank you so much. We also need to thank on a personal level, I'm sure we're both going to do this, but I got to thank my amazing wife, Rochelle, who is here tonight. Woo! Putting up the long hours and everything else. I have to thank my kids, Parker, Carter, and Caroline, who are just nothing but supportive as well. And most importantly, for me personally, I have to dedicate this award right here to my mom, Gloria. She's here tonight. Mom, I love you. Congratulations.
But I'm going to repeat that, but in my own way. Preston, you know how much you mean to me, and it's been decades long, and somehow by some bizarre confluence of events, we ended up in each other's spheres, and it's been pretty damn good. So Preston is blessed with that singular gift that everyone who meets him immediately considers him a friend, and I've kind of ridden that coattail for a while, and it's worked out well. So first off, I want to thank the nominating members of the Radio Hall of Fame, and congratulations to all of our fellow inductees tonight. I have to say this seems a bit like a hallucinatory LSD trip, and not just because I'm actually on a hallucinatory LSD trip. I want to start where Preston started. Preston and Steve Show is here en masse because there is no Preston and Steve Show without the cast. So I'm going to highlight them a little bit. We are the Preston and Steve Show all collectively. Casey is the absolute best executive producer in radio and could easily host a show of his own. That's how good he is. Why he stays with us, I don't know, but we are so glad he does. Kathy Romano is a one-of-a-kind talent. She's made her life an open book for us, and as an extra bonus to me, she has a belly laugh like John Madden, so that's good. Nick McElwain. Moths ate Nick's tuxedo. So that's what you need to know. That's why he's wearing a suit tonight. That kind of stuff happens to Nick, and that's what makes him so integral to our show. Marissa Magnotta, super talented, too talented for us, Preston. We live in fear of the moment she discovers that fact and moves on. But for now, we're thrilled to have Marissa working for us. I also want to mention Nick Murphy back in Philadelphia, who does incredible video work for the show. I want to thank an unsung hero of late Preston, Connor Betts, associate producer. During the pandemic, we all know, working through all this, we kept going in, and Connor kept coming in as well. I also want to thank the Beasley family, specifically Caroline and Bruce Beasley. Working for you guys, it's a joy, and with you guys, it's a joy. And every day and in every way, you honor the memory of your late, great father, George Beasley. I want to say thank you to Justin Chase, the Chief Content Officer. He had to be a major aspect of getting us here, and I think he actually worked with MS-13 to get it done, but I'm not sure. Also, thanks to Bill Weston, our program director extraordinaire. Yes, Bill flails his arms like a mime caught in a paint mixer, but he is also a tremendous part of the Preston and Steve success, and we would be half the show without him. I also want to thank Joe Bell, our VP and Market Manager. If he's what you call a suit, he's a leisure suit because he makes everything really easy. He's been so supportive for us. Our legendary radio staff back at WMMR, Pierre Robert Jackson, Sarah Parker, Jackie Bam Bam, Brent Porsche, and so many more. Also a few others. Glenn Goldstein, Preston mentioned Glenn. Glenn has guided our careers for 20 plus years, and we owe it all to you, Glenn, for being with us through all that. I also want to take a moment to thank my dad, who's in his 90s, and he is incredibly proud of me, and I'm blessed for that reason. He is the one who would encourage me to say horrific things in Mick's company ever since I was in elementary school. He would cheer me on. He actually sat and laughed through Brian's song. So that's the kind of stuff my dad has. But he's kind of the reason I turned out the way I am. A special thanks to John Fulham, who along with Bill Weston, brought us to MMR and turned everything around for our lives and has started this whole ball rolling that we hope never stops. And special thanks to my wife, Claire, who years ago when the industry was sort of slapping me around a little bit, had more faith in me than I had in myself, stuck with me, held us up, paid the bills, supported my dream, and got us to where we are. So Claire, you're not with us right now. Not that you're dead, you're at home. I love you with all my heart and soul. Thank you for everything you've done for me. And one other thing, and I think we can all echo this, our industry, what we do, thanks to the listeners who support us, who listen to our podcasts, who listen to our shows, who come out to the events, who give us careers and livelihoods. And there's nothing that can replace them, and we are humbled and honored by having all of these people in our lives. So thank you so much.
Guys, I made a mistake. I'm not very good at following the format, as many in the room know. Craig Kitchen told me that your pal, Rob McElhenney, did a nice little tribute for you. Let's watch it right now from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Rob McElhenney.
Hi, my name is Rob McElhenney, and a number of years ago I created a television series on a very small network called FX. The television show was called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I remember we had shot an entire season of it, and we were super excited, and we sent it around to various talk shows and news publications, and we were really pumped to go on a giant press tour, and we got 0 calls back. Nobody liked it, nobody got it, or they just straight up didn't watch it, except there was one show in the city of Philadelphia that did watch it, and they did like it, or at least they told me they liked it. But it turned out I went on to the show and they had watched it and they did like it, and they have been a supporter and a friend ever since. That was 16 years ago, and Sunny is now about to air its 15th season, which will be the longest running sitcom of all time. And it was thanks in no small part to the Preston and Steve show, because we had very few supporters in the very beginning, and they were champions from day one. They've been great friends ever since, and I've just been a big fan of theirs, and I'm so happy that they were a fan of ours, and without them we wouldn't be where we are. The truth of the matter is that the Preston and Steve show, of course, as you know, is hosted by Preston Elliott and Steve Morrison, and their supporting casts, Casey, Kathy, Nick, and Marissa, have been an institution in the city. I mean, they've been there longer than Sunny, which seems to be impossible. But they've been doing their show for 22 years, and it's the kind of show that everybody I know listens to on their way into work, and they've just become an indelible part of the community. Not just being there for people in the morning, but truly making an impact for good in the community, very specifically with Camp Out for Hunger, which is the largest single-sponsored food drive in the country. And in 2020 alone, they collected over 2.5 million pounds of food and $1.7 million that directly goes to Phil Abundance, which is a wonderful organization in the city. And that's just one particular thing that they've done over the years that makes them just a crucial part of the community. So I love these guys. I am so proud of them and so happy for them, and it is my distinct honor to induct them into the Radio Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Sorry about that, guys. That was great.